Hi, good day, and welcome to episode 21 of the Nova Scotiable, Nova Scotia's only live online community TV talk show that I am aware of. Anyways, I should qualify that. Thanks for tuning in, tuning your browser to this channel. I am your host and producer, Brian C. on NS Live TV. I like how that rhymes. Isn't that something? That's just worked out that way. Anyhow, all those things you see over to the side here, just like do all those things here. We are your online community TV channel for Nova Scotia, so doing these things here helps us grow. Yeah, you tell two friends and they'll tell two friends, and that's how we grow and make this channel channelable. Yeah, that's good. Make this channel much more, have more people on it. That basically, yeah, more people is better, right? Yeah, so do all that stuff. Now, a couple things to say. It is an open talk show, and we use Zoom to connect people on the show. So you're welcome to come on and to have a little chat here. That's what it's all about. The Zoom link is in the description of the video, as well as the Zoom meeting ID. So you can use those things to join us. Yeah, and we do have a few people joining us, but we'll get to that in a moment. But if you do come on the show, please turn the sound down on the live stream on Facebook, because there is a considerable delay, and that really does kind of interfere with us having a good chat. All right, so yeah, use that Zoom link and the codes, and whatever we're going to chat about, please just keep it sociable. That's all we ask. Whatever the topic is, we're just here to have a nice sociable chat and be respectful. All right. So, everybody, put your hands together and welcome our two hosts here, co-hosts, friends and co-hosts, Carolyn Landry and Caitlyn Moorhood. How are you guys doing?
Good. Great.
Awesome. Yeah, so they're going to sit in the show here and take questions if you have any, and just join the conversation. Yeah. And I'm sure they have stuff to talk about, too.
Yes.
So.
Lots of good stuff to talk about.
Excellent. Now, before we, just wanted to bring one thing up here. Of course, everybody knows today is Happy Father's Day. All you fathers out there, congratulations. Just have to send that out.
Happy Father's Day.
And there's the information on the Zoom meeting that you can, like I said, join us right here live on the show. And like I said, there is a link in the video description as well. So, yeah, come on and see us. So we're not going to do that yet. We're not going to do the Netflix picks yet. Too early.
Yeah.
Too early for that. Yeah. So what have you guys been up to? Anything interesting? Anything you want people to know about or talk about or helped anyways? I do what I can.
Well, I've been busy. I've been making moccasins and getting some people together so that we can gather and do some more workshops with the 7 teachings. And yeah, so I've been really busy. How about you, Caitlyn?
I've been somewhat busy, home with the kids every day, but I have my own little Indigenous craft.
That'll keep you busy.
I mostly do dream catchers, but it did slow down a bit over this last lockdown, which to be expected. Yeah. So, but I started getting a couple more orders now, so getting back into it and enjoying it.
Yeah, good. I did a workshop, a dream catcher workshop virtually the other day, and I've been doing them for years, like with little kids and elementary, and I've been doing it since my kids were little, but I never done it on virtual before. It was challenging, but man, they turned out really nice. I think there was 5 or 6 in the group, and it was really a lot of fun.
Yeah, they're really fun to make. Yeah.
And it teaches you how to be patient.
Yes, well, and practice definitely makes a difference, because I made them when I was a kid, obviously, and growing up, but I didn't make them all the time. So when I made them, they were not great. They were not center, and I'm a perfectionist, and like it needs to be perfect, and it would bother me so much. But then I don't know, I just kept making more, and then I finally made one that was actually like really good, and I was really proud of it. And then I was like, you know, I can do this.
Yeah. And it's like anything, I think when you start rushing it and it doesn't turn out and you kind of give up because you don't take your time.
Yeah, I don't craft when I'm in a bad mood either. If I'm not and like if I'm not in a good mood, I'm not like it's just gonna turn out bad. Like I swear it goes right through you into the art.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah. Gotta keep in that good mood all the time just in case somebody needs you right away. It's like, well, okay, I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah, so you guys do a lot of those craft things, and we should tell people a little bit more about that. And so, Carolyn, I know you do drum work. You do all kinds of stuff. It's almost hard to keep track of everything you do. Drum workshops and moccasins.
Yeah.
What else do you do?
We do the medicine pouches as well.
Medicine pouches. That's it.
And there's and I paint. I used to paint years ago, and I it kind of went by the wayside, but I'm picking that up again and learning that, because I have painted over the years, like on drums and things like that, but not so much on canvases or paper. So I've been doing that and going kind of nuts with that, but it's coming. And I don't know, 7 teachings is what I focus on, but that shows up in all the crafts that I do. So that keeps me, it's like every aspect of my life really is around the teachings. So yeah.
And that's the Mi'kmaq teachings, right? Am I right on that?
Well, it's kind of for me, it's like a universal teachings, but I give from my teachings that I received from my elders that were, Mi'kmaq and Penobscot as well. So it's
I believe it's like more than just the Mi'kmaq tribe that has those teachings. Just like Dreamcatchers were not originally Mi'kmaq. We just kind of borrowed it, which happens a lot. Like when it comes to Indigenous culture, like we're all kind of one nation. We're all similar. We all yes, there were certain tribes that had issues and whatever in our history, like any history, but for the most part, we were very similar, and we shared a lot of teachings and traditions. Yeah,
I think what where I see the resemblance is because it's an ancient teaching, is the animals, is like how people learn from animals, and I think that we all did that. Always there before humans, so the humans had to, right? And it's, to me, it's so important that we look at the animals and watch them have that instinct without arrogance and without greed, and that's the things that we have to learn from the animals.
Yeah.
That's how I see it.
Learn a lot from them, yeah. Yeah, so like I said, if you want to join the conversation, you can use Zoom and join us here to have a chat. Yeah, we're being sociable, or Nova Scotiable. That's why I named it that. That's how we got the name for the show, yeah. So this meeting ID and password, just use, or passcode, just use those to join us here and have a nice friendly conversation. Excellent. I suppose we could do this now. Thank you. Okay, everybody settle down. Settle down now. Wow, they're rowdy tonight, the studio crowd.
Good.
Yeah, so I know we're all sitting at home watching Netflix and other things online, so like talk shows. Just saying. And this is a show that I thought was pretty interesting. They're actually coming up with a 3rd season because they canceled it after 2 seasons, but NBC now has picked it up and is making a 3rd season, so it may not actually be on Netflix. Ooh! have heard.
We were on that plane when it landed. We watched that plane explode.
Sounds the same, but I can feel the tail fin beckoning me.
I hate when that happens.
You're one of us.
Sometimes I see visions.
I'm supposed to help her.
Surviving the death, they gave me a do-over.
Something inexplicable is happening.
I think we died on that flight.
How much are you willing to sacrifice to get to the truth? Ready? Welcome to Eureka.
There you go.
That looks
Manifest is
good.
the name of it.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I've watched the first 2 seasons, and it really does keep you following along. You go, what's going to happen next? So, but I do believe it won't be on Netflix. I think it's going to be on NBC. So, that's my guess, anyways. I haven't heard anything official about that, but it's a really neat show, and I did enjoy the first 2 seasons. Any plane arrives at the airport, and the people get off, and to learn that it's been 5 years since they left. So a lot has changed in 5 years. So, yeah, really interesting. And
Do they
whatever
kind of
plane
go
that's-
into the future, or?
What, don't know. That's the thing. We don't know what
I
happened.
suppose, yeah, gotta watch it. You're not
Yeah.
going to spoil it. I know that.
So I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Oh, you
I
don't
can't
know?
spoil it.
Oh,
No, I don't know. That's why I'm glad to see the 3rd season come, because they didn't tell us in the first 2. We never did figure it out, and then they canceled it. Like what? What's with that?
I hate when that happens.
I
maybe
know.
they didn't have the plot figured out yet.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's terrible when a show can't get funding. Just saying.
It's a good title. I like the title.
Yeah. No, it was really neat. And of course, the first 2 seasons are on Netflix, but I got a feeling this one, where it's done by NBC, they're not going to have that on Netflix. They'll be on their own channel. So what happened to Flight 828? Well, hopefully they'll tell us in the 3rd season. But whatever that plane was at the very
828.
end, yeah,
There's
I do
probably
not want to be on that
something
plane.
mysterious about those numbers too.
828 guys are here. I
Someone
can't
has.
It's never me. Yeah. Join us here on the show. This is the Nova Scotiable Talk Show, Nova Scotia's live online community TV talk show. And we're just chatting. That's all we're doing. Chat.
Netflix, there's actually a really good, and because it's Nova Scotiable, there's a good documentary on there called "There's Something in the Water," and it was done by Elliot Page. Actually, Ellen at the time, but I was really happy to see that when I looked at it on Netflix the other day, they had updated it all, and it says Elliot Page, and that's awesome. I'm happy Netflix did that. But it's actually about the systemic racism in Nova Scotia for both Black and Indigenous communities, and it's a really good documentary to watch. It's really eye-opening. There was a lot of stuff that I didn't know about either, and really good to watch.
And you say that's on Netflix?
Yeah, it's on Netflix. It's called "There's Something in the Water."
Interesting. Let me see. Netflix. Let me see if I can find some information on that.
Yeah.
Was that the documentary that was up around Pictou Landing, or?
I believe part, because they went all over. There was a few different areas they went to, but the landing was part of it. Yes.
Yeah. And the young lady was from Nova Scotia.
Yes. Yeah. She has transitioned now. I hope I'm not trying to use proper terminology, but she's transitioned now, and it's Elliot Page now.
I hear some sound.
Yeah.
And I saw, yeah.
Mhm.
But yeah, it really shows like some wrongdoings that were done to these communities and how like the effects that are still
Mhm.
happening and wrongdoings that are still happening too.
Yeah. That's the... Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I know there's one community, and basically everybody in that community has died of cancer or probably will die of cancer.
Gee. All around money.
Yeah, very much so.
Right in, right, Pictou Landing is right across the water from Pictou, the town of Pictou. And if you're in Pictou and you go down around the water and kind of on the shore side and around the town, you can see the big pipes where they would put the waste from miles across the water into the harbor there, boat harbor, and it would,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there was just no drink in the water in that town, and you know, people were getting sick, and it wasn't just Indigenous people either. It wasn't just aimed at like Indigenous people. It was all the townspeople were leaving. They were up and leaving the town, and well, they were just getting sick.
Yeah.
And it's it's closed down now, but the last time I was there, like probably about last summer anyway, the townspeople were talking about because when I went in, it was just getting dark, so there were lights all over the pulp mill, where the pulp mill, the building of it, and lights were all on. I thought, gee, I thought they closed this down, and so the people said, yes, it is closed down, but there's talk about they're going to be doing something else there. So I don't know if that's true, or they keep things very quiet around it because it's a very touchy subject, you know, because over the years, you know, nothing was up and above the board with it because they were dumping all this waste and just
Yeah. Wow. That's quite an eye opener, that one. I'll have to watch that one myself. It's coming soon. It's not apparently not released yet, but
oh no, it's out. It's been out. It's
oh, is
getting
old.
it?
Yeah.
That's an old YouTube video then.
Yeah. That was just the trailer before it came out.
Yeah, February 2020. You're right. Yeah, that's when that was released.
So it's not too old, but it has been out for a little bit now.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, we did get to test drive a Tesla.
Oh, you did?
I did. Me and the twig, or the stick. Yeah, we call him the stick. He's our driver here, and it's live. This was we're going to put together a little promo video of. Very impressive. All. And it had so much pickup power. It was terrifying when you really put your foot down on the pedal. It was almost scary. And that wasn't the fast one. Like this one over in the end here that I'm coming up to, that was the fast one. It had 2 motors in it. So
one for backup.
I don't know. This is the one we drove, but yeah,
Oh,
it's
pretty.
crazy. They're beautiful. And like down the center of the dash, it's almost all computer. Yeah, and no
What do they
noise.
want
Just
for one of them?
well, if you have to ask, you can't afford it. This is this is a used car dealership called All EV Canada, and I featured one of their salespeople a couple weeks ago on the show. Or was it the last show? I think it was the last show actually. David, yeah, he was on. So he set up this test drive for us. I'm in the back seat actually. This had 3 rows of seating.
Oh my God, I was going to say. Wow.
And you can't hear me, which is just as well. We'll have that audio when I release this as a full promo. But
Wow.
yeah, talk about smooth. Just all electric, no sound. Everybody else around me is putting the pedal down, and all their engines are revving, and this thing is 10 times faster and doesn't make a sound. It's just incredible. I mean, look at the dash in the center there. And there's the stick. He's driving. I did get to drive myself, so.
Nice.
That sounds like my phone's ringing. It's my mommy calling.
You should take it. Take it if you want.
Well,
We're
this
good.
one's used. The phone, no, I'll get Mom later. She understands. Yeah.
It looked like you said that right from the car.
Yeah, I know. I'll mow through it. I'll say stuff here, and there's the stick. He was impressed.
Looking just like his dad.
Yeah. The viewers aren't supposed to know he's my son. Oops.
Oh.
I just gave it away. There we go. Driving around Burnside. He put it in, it has the self-driving mode, which is scary when you're not expecting it. Yeah. Because all you have to do is put the blinker on, and it changes lanes automatically. And then it will stop for the traffic and go, and it's horrifying until you get used to it.
I don't know if I could use that. Like, that just scares me.
Yeah.
I don't even like control sometimes.
Yeah, it's
Just
something
because
you
my
have
car's
to.
bad too. It slows right. Like, you hit a hill and it slows right down, and then it like tries to floor it back. Like, cruise control sucks. So.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty amazing. So I did get to drive for a bit, and he did give it up. He was reluctant. I had to drag him out of the car, but he's still talking to me. So yeah, no, what a machine! Just that one used was $80,000. New, it's about double that. So,
yeah, I know.
so they're
Elon
not
Musk
cheap.
is trying to get the lower end ones down to as low as 30,000 to try to make them more affordable, but.
Yeah.
Good luck with that, I
That
guess.
would be nice. That would be nice to
I'd
have
love to
more
have
affordable.
one. It's just, the cost is a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, who wouldn't want it? Yeah, those are awesome.
Just not having to worry about gas and oil changes anymore.
No, I know. Just the thought of that alone is insane.
Yeah.
And it's like they said, when I never really thought about when you plug it in at night, so you always have a full tank of gas in the morning. Right? When you get up, you go to your car, it's always, you've got a full tank ready to go. It's not when you pull in and you're on fumes the night before and go, I got to make it to the gas station the next day. I know we've all done that, right?
You always make that bad decision to go in the
I
morning
know.
instead of just getting it that night.
That's right. Why do we do that?
You never have time. You're rushing around. You're like, I can't even stop now.
I know, but I'm on fumes.
And how far can you go when you're fully fueled up or fully powered up?
This one is about 350 kilometers.
Oh, okay.
So that's, I mean, we drove it all around Burnside and used about 10% of the battery. So,
Yeah. I wonder
that was
how it is for the ecosystem. Like, I wonder, because power has to come from somewhere, right?
Yeah, it's all batteries. In the showroom for All EV Canada over in Dartmouth, they do have a chassis which shows all the batteries, where the batteries go in the bottom, and of course that puts your weight really low. So these do not want to tip over at
Yeah.
all because all the weight's really low from the batteries. It's pretty impressive, but you don't have the big engine, you don't have the big transmission, just electric motors, batteries, and yeah, so it's crazy.
Yeah.
But it's the way of the
Wow.
future, yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Not necessarily a good thing.
I think it's a good thing. I think electric power is a good thing for vehicles. I mean, I drive a
Yeah.
hybrid, so I'm halfway there, or a small portion of the way there.
Yes. I don't understand, I guess. I don't know how we produce the power and how it's stored.
Mhm.
Like, I know in the old, you know, cells and stuff like that, they have to be disposed of, and then we need electricity to power it, wouldn't we? I don't know.
Yeah, well,
Or
you do have to
water
plug
or
it in.
something.
Yeah, you do have to plug it in at night, and it does take electricity to charge it. So you are using
Yeah.
some electricity in that regard. It's not free, but Tesla, if you look at their whole concept, they go with an electric house where it's all driven by solar panels, and your car charging as well is all done through solar. So
Yeah.
yeah, so it's pretty neat stuff. Yeah, thank you, Dave. That was a great test drive. We really enjoyed that.
It looked like
Tesla
it
had
was
a
nice, right, smooth.
Oh, they're beautiful. Yeah, yeah, they are beautiful. Yeah. All right. So what do you guys, Carolyn? What's on the agenda? What's coming up? I know you have any retreats planned or
I do.
workshops
I have a
planned.
retreat out in Chelsea for this
Mhm.
weekend coming, next weekend. And I've got 8 women. It's a women's wellness retreat, and it is sponsored through the Atlantic Policy Congress of the Chiefs Secretariat. So they are providing drums. So we'll have 8 women that will come, and it's going to start on Friday and end on Sunday afternoon, and we're staying overnight. Thank goodness we're into phase 2. And so what we'll do is we'll talk about Nadugalimp. That's going to be the beginning of it. And then we're going to talk about how the 7 teachings come out of Nadugalimp. And then we're going to make the drums. And we will put into practice what we have learned during the day. We're going to do in the evenings with working with the animal and the wood and everything involved. And then I got a new job
Hey.
working for the Parole Board of Canada. So that'll take me on the road a bit, and I've still got I've got another men's moccasin workshop in the works right now, and I'm working with cops and kids, doing a ceremony and going out on the land a little bit, and still keeping busy with Crosby House, which is just love it, and do the 7 teachings there, and I'm sitting on a couple boards, 3 boards.
Wow. You are busy.
So I'm extremely busy, and today I got 3 orders of moccasins. So Nini and I went over to VCLA, and we finished off 1 pair and got another pair started, and I believe they're going to Alberta. I'm not quite sure yet, but yeah, I'm so busy.
Awesome. Well, I'm not that busy, so I salute you. It's a job well
Well,
done.
I say sometimes work for free and you'll stay busy.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah. That's like this channel. This keeps me pretty busy.
Yeah. It's always nice when things are free.
It is. Yeah. Here, I wanted to bring up the website, the NS Live website. If you bring that up and you go under Watch TV, TV shows. Down here is the Mi'kmaq Heritage series that you and I have worked on together.
Yes, that was so much fun.
Yeah, it's just a couple things that we've done. You've made a hand drum, and you did a workshop on it when I had a studio,
Yeah.
and medicine pouch as well. And there's Nini.
Yeah, that was
So
so
you can watch
nice.
those. And hopefully the goal would be to add some more. Down, see all this blank space? There's room for a lot more episodes of that.
I've got something really exciting, and I know it's a long ways for you to travel, but it could be something that you may be interested in. I don't want to let too much out, but
that's an off-air topic.
with the Kamloops news that came out, like a lot of people reached out and spoke to me about, the sensitivity of it and how do we reconcile and what just looking to me for a little bit of guidance. And this lady from Wolfville went out and bought a beautiful tree and 2 buckets of sweetgrass. And when she told me about the sweetgrass, I kind of cringed because they were potted, and sweetgrass will grow anywhere, but it's not medicine unless it's grown in the proper environment.
Okay.
And so when I was a child, my grandparents and my parents would come up to Kentville from Kingston, and we'd pick sweetgrass. And then, I don't know, I was probably about 8 or 10 when we stopped doing that. So my mind went right to the marsh. So I got in touch with the powers of Kentville. And so we're going to go and see if we can repot them down there. So
excellent.
It would be really nice if and when the time comes that you could be there for the ceremony and for the recognition. And you too, Caitlyn, that would be awesome, to come and gather and bring drums and, do a ceremony, a smudge, and singing and praying. And so, so that's really exciting, man. I hope that goes through. And
that'd be great content for the channel too. So okay, we'll jump in the car, we'll road trip and do a little carpool.
For sure.
Yeah, and you wouldn't need a whole lot of equipment,
No. And I've got a little gimbal for my phone. I do a lot of filming just with my phone because the camera on my phone is just amazing. And I've got a new drone, which I'm really stoked about. So.
And you also have some nice footage that I don't think you use, like from cemeteries and, burial sites that I think could really get it out there for the people who don't know. This is part of reconciliation. The more we get it, because we have responsibilities too, to get it out there and to not keep it hidden. And man, that could open up so much,
Oh, it could, yeah. And like I said, anybody wants to come on and join the conversation and talk a little bit about that, Zoom information is there. There's a link in the video description. And we're welcome to have your input. So come on and join us.
Yeah, as exciting as the numbers growing are, it's still better for them to be coming out. It's much better for it to be known, and just for the kids to be found and brought home and be at peace with Creator at this point. Like, the families getting closure and stuff. It's all just better to be known.
I think, like with any thing like that, like all those traumas from the past, they accumulate. They're cumulative, and that's not a good thing. It's passed down to our children and our grandchildren, and we're against that. We don't like that. So we have to be the ones that stop it somehow without it being forgotten about, because we're modern people. And we have to move forward in the most positive, loving ways. And we have to do our part of reconciliation. You know,
Yeah.
we really, really do. And it's, I know when my children were growing up, it was tough on them, you know, because I would talk about it, and they'd see me hurting, and they'd see me, you know, angry. And of course, that's modeling, you know. And the more I learned about it when I went to university, it was just painful, like, to research it. And I'd go into depression, like depressive moods, and just not even able to focus on my other work and stuff. So I had to come to terms with that and stay healthy for my children, you know, and not pass that trauma down.
Well,
And I
that's the
know,
is recognizing it as generational trauma instead, because I find, like, for years society just tried to let people, like, and can almost convince Indigenous communities themselves that it's your own fault that you have addictions, it's your own fault that you're this, and it's all you, and then it just pushed everybody worse. But we need to recognize that it is generational trauma and that it's not your fault, but you can get help and you can do better and you can end it.
stop it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's our responsibility with this. Not meaning that we have to give up anything, you know, we don't have to give up anything. And I think that's the message through reconciliation. You know, we have to, I don't know, it's tough. It's a tough one, you know.
Yeah.
But we can get through it, and we have to get through it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the attitude we need. Yeah. Yeah. Just don't know how things get so broken. At what point did it all happen? I mean, it's unbelievable.
I mean, if you really look at the history of the Catholic Church, they've been putting everybody down for centuries, and not just Indigenous people. The Middle Ages lasted as long as they did because of the church. And I mean, like, that's my European high school history talking, but, like, I don't know, I learned a lot from I loved European history, and it was really eye-opening to see how the church has been in control for so long and has really pushed people down. Because I mean, they took over, they destroyed everything that people weren't allowed to read, they destroyed all books, anything that was Roman was forbidden. And the Romans were very smart people, they had a lot of information that would have been useful. And as far as I know, at least when I was in high school, like 8 years ago, we still hadn't found like the recipe for, like, cement and stuff that was as well as what the Romans used. We still hadn't figured out how they did it better.
I know. Their roads have lasted and ours haven't. Our roads can't last 2 years.
Yeah, but everything was destroyed, so we just, and everybody sat in the dark ages for longer than necessary because of it.
Yeah.
I think as humans, the more advanced we think we're becoming, the more conditioned we are to believe that there's progress to be made. And with that, even like tourism, I mean, we put that high up there, but that is so hard on the environment, is so hard on the ecosystem, is so hard on culture, that we become part of it. We say, oh, okay, well, it's fun, you know, and we go along with it. And somewhere it's harming us, because we want to progress, we want to go forward, and all of this. And Europeans and all these states and religions and things is no different. I mean, we look at it as a state, or we look at it as a religion, or we look at it as a society. But we are all that.
Yeah.
We are that. And when we call it that, we're relieving our own responsibilities of it. We're putting blinders on, and we're saying, well, I'm part of that religion, but I'm not like that. Or I'm part of the society, but I'm not like that. And we label it as society, or the church, or the state. And, you know, when we, you know, I used to think, you know, the government, was this god awful evil entity. I don't even know what it looked like, but I knocked it and I blamed it and for being this and that and having all this power and control. But until I took responsibility for my own actions, could I see that I was part of the government,
Mm-hmm.
and then with that wisdom comes out, and then you can never see it as that with anger, and then real truth happens and reconciliation happens, and then you find that place of peace. Then you can sit in front of somebody who's making policies with an open heart and not judgmental and not angry, but a place of compassion. Because if we believe the same thing that the perpetrators believed, we would do the same thing. Because we're only human after all.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Some food for thought for sure. Yeah, interesting. Yeah. I mean, feel free to join us here as we're having these conversations and talking these various topics. The Zoom information is here on the screen, but there's also a link in the video description if you're watching and want to join us live. We're here on the Nova Scotiable. Yeah. I did want to mention, I want to take almost a little break for a second. I wanted to talk about a show we're producing called Apparent Chats. With Ken.
I love it. Apparent Chats. I love that.
Yeah, Apparent Chats. Because Ken has been a long-time parent, and he is a children's book author, Ken Hubley, and we're going to release episode 4 of Apparent Chats this week. And Ken talks about how to chat with your children and chat with your. I can talk. Yes, chat with your children and. Get them used to having those chats and talk about things in their lives and what's going on. So, I mean, this is just a little sample of it. And I animated Ken. So I'm using a program to animate him, and he just has to send me an audio file and we make the show. And this time I've actually put him right in his book. These are actually illustrations from his book. So now, I don't think he ever thought he'd actually be in his books, but he is now. So that's coming out this week, Apparent Chats episode 4. Check that out on the NS Live website.
I definitely will. I think that's awesome. Just a little bit that I've seen. I think it was a couple weeks ago, maybe.
Yep. Yeah, good stuff. Yeah, and he's got some great advice. Things you wouldn't think. You go once you hear him say it, you're like, oh yeah, I should do that, or So yeah, no, it's great working with Ken. He's a really good fellow and has lots of good information for parents. Yeah. There he goes, right in his own book. We're just having fun, doing interesting things and. Yeah, so like I said, join the conversation if you want.
So is the book, is it a hard book, or is it?
It's a softcover book. Yeah, he's got 2.
Okay.
He's got 2. One's called the Lenny Super Book, and the other one's called Autograph of Heroes. And the idea behind the Autograph of Heroes book, and I've got the wrong screen up there. We'll just get rid of that. Is that you would actually take the book, and there's places in the book where you would take it up to a first responder and actually get them to sign, to autograph in different places of the book. So he really feels strongly about children talking to first responders and getting to know them and what they're like, and so trying to break that barrier down that the media creates around first responders. So yeah, so that's what this episode's about, first responders.
Nice.
Yeah, I think it's good stuff, and I really like what he's doing, and thought we made it into a TV show. That's what I do.
Caitlyn, what other things do you make, like for your business?
Yeah,
right now it's mostly dream catchers and medicine wheels, but I want to do more. It's just kind of getting started and getting money together, because I'd like to buy like actual hides of leather and do some medicine bags as well. I'd love to start making moccasins and stuff. I am doing a workshop with the Mi'kmaq Child Development Center. Hopefully they got me to September now. It was supposed to be, and I think it was April, and then it got pushed to June, and then the phase like just didn't come fast enough. So now it's September that we're probably going to do them now. But I'd love to start making moccasins, and
Have you made moccasins before?
No, I haven't.
No, okay, because the workshop that we're doing is a virtual moccasin workshop, and we could probably fit one more person in.
That would be awesome.
But the thing is, for it to be virtual, you would have to have some experience. But you know, I don't know where you live. Is it HRM?
Sackville, yeah.
Okay. So if you want, every Sunday, except for the like, if I'm doing retreat, I can't do it on the Sunday, but every Sunday I have a space in Kempville. And if you want, me and my sister are there from 12 until 4 every Sunday. And if you want to bring some material, we can help you. We can teach you how to make moccasins.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, and they're beautiful, beautiful. I got a really nice pattern that's right to, it's the size is just spot on. And yeah, I know years ago it was like 2003, I learned how to make moccasins. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, this is the Facebook
Yeah.
page.
Yeah.
Who's that? I know her. Here's some of the
So what we did
pictures.
when my sister knew how to make moccasins, so she said, let's go to Frenchie's. And we went to Frenchie's and we bought old leather coats in the, you know, in the piles where it was, and dog blankets for liners. And that's how we started off. And we just designed our own after a while when we got really good at it. So now we have this pattern that's so good. We both love it. And she makes one and I make one. And we go all over the place doing workshops. Like,
That's awesome.
yeah. And you could do, you know, you could too. And it's just, it's where you have to start. You know, like you gotta start like some of the, oh my God, I found an old pair of moccasins that were in the bottom of a box. I was cleaning my storage and it was like, oh my God, I actually gave these away, like this thing, you know, but that's how it goes, you know, you just.
So I was wondering if that was Sydney, but yeah, the back tells it all there. Sydney Crosby, Dreamcatcher.
That was definitely a Passcode.
Yeah,
Those
that's good. I like it.
Colors though. The
nice.
Yeah.
There you go. That's creative. I love it.
Yeah, very nice.
So, look at that.
Yeah.
That's small.
Nice.
There you go.
Like it. Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I call them, like I say, they're keychains, but they're also like a lot of people like hanging them from their car. So I make sure that the leather on the top is long enough that you could do that. So that one was a medicine wheel that a friend bought and will hang in their car.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice work.
Yeah, these are really gorgeous.
Hey, Colin.
You're welcome.
This one's my favorite, and it hasn't sold, and I honestly might just keep it for myself because I love it so much.
Yeah. How big is it? How big of a hoop is
that one is how big is that one? That one's 10-inch or 14-inch.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Good size, yeah. Nice.
Beautiful.
There's a close-up. Oh, I see the little beads in it now. Look at that.
Yeah.
I didn't notice that originally. That's some good work. There, look at the detail in that. Wow.
Nice. I'm surprised it hasn't sold because people are looking for them. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really put a lot on Marketplace either, though. So it's just whoever sees my page, really.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
And I was doing a fundraiser. There's only like 4 numbers left, I think. I sold most of the numbers now, but I was originally like doing a fundraiser just for my business because I don't have a desk. I don't really have a workspace. I just work on my bed and I'm just trying to get some money to get a better workspace. And, but after the news for Kamloops came out, I'm actually donating $100 from it to the Indian Residential School Survivor Society. Sorry, I had to make sure I said the acronym right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna donate $100 to that as well.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's some excellent
Really
work.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll share that link in the description as well.
Awesome.
Get people onto your page.
Yeah, for sure.
I love wearing the moccasins. It's from Vicky Coombs Campbell. I love wearing the moccasins you taught me to make. There you go.
Oh, nice.
Is that one for you, Carolyn? Vicky Coombs Campbell?
Yeah. Vicky Coombs, yeah.
Yeah.
She's the grandmother of my oldest grandsons.
Oh, there you go. Thanks for the comment, Vicky. We appreciate that. Yeah, see, with the chat going, I can actually monitor the conversation on both ends.
Oh,
yeah.
This is great.
You're so smart.
Yeah.
I'm serious.
Well, we always wanted to know who's whining in Nova Scotia, because a lot of people are whining in Nova Scotia.
God.
As a little show I came up with, we've got 2 that alternate, or at least we're trying to alternate them, but I haven't got too many wineries on board yet. So every Friday night we go behind the beer, or who's whining. It all depends on who wants to come on and talk about their product. And yeah, it's quite interesting. We're bringing Nova Scotia to the forefront. Yeah, there's the this Friday we're featuring Big Spruce's conniption fit gold nail.
Conniption fit. I was trying to figure out what that said. It was like
conniption fit. I think it's got something to do with conifers, like the tree, the big spruce.
Okay.
Yeah, see, I always got to be thinking.
Yeah.
So it's like, I love this show because there's really no format to it. I don't have to prepare other than getting a beer and knowing who I'm going to talk about, and we just sit back and have a really relaxed, sociable evening and sample beer. And last week we did Beauvoir cider, and we actually had Christina come on and talk about the cider and gave us lots of information because people had lots of questions about the cider and how it was made. So that's what we're doing here on NS Live Friday nights, and you can join us through Zoom once again and be part of the panel, the tasting, sipping, sampling panel, or you can just watch the show live, whichever you want to do. Yeah, so that's coming up this Friday, and I've actually just for proof, there it is,
So
right on my desk.
Is the tree related to the ale or something?
The name of the brewery is Big Spruce Brewing. And that's
okay, but it has no spruce in it.
I don't know. I'll tell you Friday.
We can make spruce tea.
Spruce tea, yeah.
That would be a lot different than spruce beer.
It is organic. I know that much. So maybe there's trees in there. I don't hear any. I don't know.
No needles in that. Floating on the bottom.
That's exactly why we want the representatives from Big Spruce, and I think somebody is coming on this Friday to talk about Big Spruce and Conniption Fit and all their other products, so they can answer questions like that if there's trees in their beer.
Or trunks, and not swimming trunks.
Swimming trunks. Yeah. Tree trunks. What else do I have here? I don't know. That's the end of it. Okay, well. That's all I have for my slideshow. Let's see. Yeah. Well, I think we had a great conversation. It's been almost an hour, and time flies when you're having fun. So I think we'll kind of wrap the show up. And anything else anybody would like to mention? Or, like I said, I'm going to share Facebook links and things. And for Caitlyn, anything I can talk about for you, Carolyn?
No, I don't. Not right off the top of my head, but
I actually
I
think
always-
you did really well. You talked about, a lot about what you do and all the things you put on, and I think that was amazing. So, yeah, excellent.
And I'm just looking for people like to
Aren't we all?
an interest. Just an interest in the teachings and retreats and stuff like that. And if I get the interest, I can make it happen. I will make it happen, because that's my mission in life. That's what I live for.
And I'm with you. And anything I can do to help bring that to the forefront. I mean, we do have a show that we've been working on, the three of us, and that we would like to bring to the forefront and get some of that information out there. So who knows what's going to happen in the future? Everything's a work in progress.
Exactly. And Caitlyn, please feel free. If there's anything that I can help you with along the way, you're just an hour away from here, not even. And I can get up there, or we can meet somewhere in the middle, or you can come here. Whatever, we can make it happen, and we can collaborate and get our work out there and serve other people.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Wailalin.
Yes, you're welcome. Thank you, Walalan and Walalio.
Yes.
Both of you.
Wailalio to both you as well.
That's the only thing we didn't talk about was the hurricane that's coming. That's right.
Oh,
We have a hurricane.
Yeah.
And I do have the storm tracker here.
Hurricane
Just before
season.
we go, we'll mention this. This is Hurricane